When we think of countries, we think of permanence, borders inked on maps, flags waving through history, and anthems passed down generations. But the truth is, some countries are already slipping away. From rising seas and vanishing populations, to political collapse and looming invasions, these 13 nations may not survive the 21st century. Some may drown, others may dissolve, while a few might transform entirely. Let's explore the fragile futures of real countries while they still exist. 1. Maldives. Sinking paradise. This might be the most famous climate casualty on Earth. The Maldives is a stunning chain of coral islands in the Indian Ocean, and also the flattest country in the world. Its average elevation? Just 1.5 meters above sea level. It's barely enough to stand above the tide. With seas rising faster each decade, the Maldives has already built seawalls and considered artificial floating cities. But the government isn't just planning defenses. It has also bought land in other countries for relocation. If oceans rise by just 1 more meter, 80% of the country could become uninhabitable. 2. Tuvalu, the world's first digital nation. Tuvalu has even fewer options. This tiny Pacific island nation has just 12,000 residents and no mountains. The highest point? 4 meters. But what makes Tuvalu different is how it's choosing to survive. In 2022, the government announced plans to create a digital twin of the entire nation. Culture, landmarks, and even government services. If the land is lost to the sea, Tuvalu may continue to exist in the cloud. The first country to become virtual, out of pure necessity. 3. Vatican City. Sacred, but fragile. Vatican City is home to the Pope, St. Peter's Basilica, and only about 800 residents. It's the world's smallest country and one of the most symbolic. But it's also unique in that it only exists because of an agreement. The Lateran Treaty signed in 1929 with Italy. The treaty recognized Vatican City as an independent sovereign state with the Pope as its head. If the Catholic Church ever reorganized, relocated, or changed its structure, Vatican City could lose its nation status. It wouldn't be invaded, it would just stop being necessary. It would become a museum of faith, where a country used to be. 4. Western Sahara, a country without control. Welcome to one of the world's most disputed territories. Western Sahara is claimed by the Sahrawi people but controlled mostly by Morocco. The UN recognizes it as a non-self-governing territory, and more than 40 countries recognize Sahrawi independence. But in practice, Morocco holds most of the land. There's a ceasefire line, but also active conflict. If Morocco completes its control, or if the Sahrawi Republic collapses, Western Sahara may disappear from maps altogether. Not through rising water, but rising power. 5. Haiti, the government that vanished. Haiti was the first black republic and the first country in the Western Hemisphere to abolish slavery, but today it's collapsing. Since the assassination of its president in 2021, the country has had no elected officials. Armed gangs control major cities while public services are gone. The sad result? The government has essentially ceased to function. In 2023, the US and Caribbean states debated a peacekeeping mission. If Haiti cannot rebuild, outside forces may take control, or the state may splinter permanently. 6. Bhutan, peace between giants. Bhutan is peaceful, green, and proud of its gross national happiness index. But look at the map. It sits between India and China, two regional powers that have clashed repeatedly over Himalayan borders. China has made territorial claims in northern Bhutan. If tensions escalate, Bhutan could be squeezed diplomatically or even militarily. A nation of calm, surrounded by giants playing chess, its sovereignty may depend on staying invisible. 7. Greenland, melting into independence. Greenland is technically part of Denmark, but not for much longer. With ice sheets melting and rare earth minerals emerging, Greenland has newfound geopolitical value. Its people are increasingly demanding full independence, and they might get it. Ironically, climate change may both endanger Greenland and set it free. A country that may disappear not through collapse, but by being born. 8. Kiribati, the ocean takes first. Like Tuvalu, Kiribati is a Pacific island nation where the future is drowning. Entire villages have relocated while crops are ruined by saltwater. In a bold move, the government bought land in Fiji, over 6,000 acres, as a possible relocation site. Kiribati might one day exist in name only, or be relocated more than thousands of kilometers from its original soil. It's climate migration on a national scale. 9. Comoros, the most overthrown nation. Comoros is a group of islands off the African coast. It's had 20-plus coups or attempted coups since gaining independence in 1975. Now, with economic instability and sea levels rising, its survival is doubly threatened. Overall, it is a nation rocked by politics and threatened by the ocean, with a big question over its shoulders. How long can it stand? 10. Somalia, fragmented and fading. Somalia hasn't had a strong central government in over 3 decades. The north calls itself Somaliland and runs independently. The south battles extremists while foreign troops come and go. What we call Somalia today is a patchwork, and it may not be a country much longer. Unfortunately, the collapse isn't coming. It's already here. 11. St. Kitts and Nevis. Is it too small to stand alone? St. Kitts and Nevis is charming, peaceful, and vulnerable. With a population of less than 50,000, it's smaller than some cities. With a tiny population, economic shocks and natural disasters hit even harder. Some experts believe it may eventually merge with a larger Caribbean federation or be reabsorbed by a larger neighbor. Not a failure, just a quiet fade. 12. East Timor. The clock is ticking. Timor-Leste gained independence in 2002 after decades of struggle, but it's heavily reliant on oil, making up 85% of its government revenue. On top of that, those fields are drying up. If the country can't diversify its economy quickly, it risks collapse or a heavy foreign dependency. Can the world's newest democracy survive the end of oil? 13. Taiwan, the global powder keg. Taiwan is a success story. Prosperous, democratic, and fiercely self-governed. But China calls it a rogue province. The Chinese government has promised reunification by force, if necessary. One of the world's biggest superpower, threatening a thriving island democracy. Invasion, blockade, or diplomatic isolation could erase Taiwan as a sovereign state. Whether you see it as a country or not, its future is in the balance. Some countries may vanish beneath the waves. Others may collapse from within. But not all disappearances are tragedies. Some are transformations. New nations may rise, old ones may return. The map of 2100 won't look like today's, and we're watching it redraw in real time. Which of these countries do you think will survive? Let us know in the comments. And if you want more geography videos like this, subscribe and join Map My Nation.